what they call me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fan.
What's up guys, Steve here from Warrior Planet Tanks, and I'm excited to shoot this video. I said I was gonna do it, so it's about to go down. Clock going off in the background. It's ready, y'all. It's ready. So what we have right here is the late stage flooding of the Panol tank. So it's about to be a good one. Get some popcorn, get you a drink, whatever makes you happy, cause this about to be good. Sit tight. So what we have here, like I said, is the rainy season, and I opted to do the late stage flooding. What do I mean when I say late stage? What I mean is, after the rain has happened, the river has already crested, or your body of water has already crested, as high as it's gonna get. This is spread out as much as it's gonna spread out, but you still have rain periodically every day, but there's just no more, there's nowhere else for the water to go. At this stage is when you're gonna see this dark water like what I have here. And I try my best to replicate that, in this arrangement. So what I did was I went out into my grow room and I harvested some swords that had two types of growth forms on them. Let me go over here. This is it is dark. I'm gonna do my best to make this viewable. So let's look at this one. This is a kind of Doris Blairy, your regular Amazon sword. And I mean, it is so dark in here, guys, and don't think that I got terrible lights. Look, I'm telling you, I got plenty of light. I got a Beams work on here, and I also got a Viva Grill on here, and both of them are on full blast right now. If you can see that. Let me pan up. Lights are on full blast, folks. So I got two different growth forms of the leaf on here. Immersed with an E, which means growing in air, and immersed with an I, which means growing under water. So I've taken both of these types of growth forms to kind of enhance that a bit, to give you guys an overall. That's better. But as you can see, this water is extremely dark. Same fish, Von Rios, HY511s, also known as candy cane tetras. There's the black phantoms in here as well, along with some Pristellas, and of course the silver angels. Hasbrosis Corridora and Pygmy Corridoras as well, to finish it out with some albino bushy nose Plecos that are het for super red, the L184s. Planting pretty much stayed the same. The ruffle sword stayed. I did not add another one. Tiger Lotus is fine. As you can see, all the Salvinia has been removed. I added a few melon swords with immersed growth form. They're transforming quite well. I added a couple flame swords. Two more. There are already some in here. Believe it or not, those plants did fairly well on the first few experiments, especially the dry season phase with the low lighting. So moving forward, I scaped it up. This is Tombar Manzanita wood, if you all can see that. So that's Manzanita wood, and I went vertical this time instead of horizontal to kind of accentuate the whole flooded timber look that you may get, and also some of your snags and branches, etc., that wash down during the torrential onpour when these monsoon rains come back. As you can see, the fish are totally loving it. And word of caution. Word of caution. When you're using tannics, or botanicals, if you will. Please keep in mind that this is going to create a oxygen depleted environment. Unfortunately, I got a little bit exuberant when I was putting this thing together, and I knocked off one of my older HY511s, the male. And I mean, it sucked to lose it, but he was on his way out anyway, I'm assuming, because he was the older, bigger guy. And no sooner than he's gone, somebody else stepped in and took place of the harem. So it sucks, but the moral of the story is be careful. So what I have actually done to combat the depleted oxygen until everything stabilizes, because it's gonna come a period of time where you actually have to wait for everything to stabilize. Now, if you watch my botanical video, I do give you a blow-by-blow tutorial on how to properly use and introduce botanicals into your aquarium. I don't do that. Not only do I use the tea, I also put the botanicals as well, and both of them lend a source of tannic acid, which is what you're seeing making your water dark. So you have tannic acid, you have the tannins themselves, you have the humins, H-U-M-I-N, not people, and several other benefiting factors that lend to a black water environment in an aquarium and also in nature as well. As you can see, the majority of the humans have been removed. This water is crystal clear. It's not turbid. There's no floating matter in the water column at all. This water is crystal clear. Visibility, not so much, but clarity, absolutely. So what I've done to combat that acidic environment is I've taken a simple, just taken a fish tank pump, and I've run it to my HOB. Inside the HOB, I've got it on low because I don't like the noise. And what that's doing is that's aerating the water before it comes back into the tank. And I haven't had a problem with any of the fish stressing since I've done that. Okay, let me get this camera back situated. Once again, like I said, everybody in here is cool now. The cool thing about these fish coming from environments is they're actually adapted to this. So what you'll see them do is dart up real quickly to the surface, take a gulp of air, and then go back to where they're more comfortable in the water column. So over time, I'm gonna shoot this tank a little more frequently, A, because I think it looks amazing, and B, because I want to document the plant growth. Now, just to show you guys how dark this water is, I'm going to get a flashlight, a pretty high-powered flashlight. So I got an LED mag light right here. I'm gonna take this mag light and try to shine it down in the water just so you guys can get an idea of how dark this stuff really is. As you can see, I don't know if y'all can see that beam, this water is dark. It is extremely, extremely dark. Now I don't want to drop my mag light in the aquarium, but let's find that. There's the beam. That's how dark this water is. I said I was going for a gas station coffee, but I think I got more of a good sweet tea. So you can see the fish swimming through the flashlight beam. That's just representative of how dark this water really is. So keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with your lighting. I am probably going to add some of my spotlight style lights to this aquarium, just in different places to highlight it. I'm not quite done with the aesthetics, but overall, I'm not going to change anything else about the scape. So I just put in some Rapashi Tetra gel Here, I'll show you it real quick. And I'm using the Igapo Explorer. So it's basically made for Tetras and the like. In fact, I think they got this is either a Bleeding Heart or a HY511 on the picture. Man, it's not a plug. I'm not sponsored by these people. Here, let me get some more lighting in here for you guys. But this is what I'm feeding. And basically it's a slow release gel. I like it. It stinks, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. It doesn't smell very appealing at all. But everybody in the tank loves it. This is just the first installation of this particular aquarium setup the way it is. I just really want to just get some footage of it so you guys can enjoy it. If you guys want to see the behind the scenes of this setup, I actually on my Instagram account periodically posted videos while I was doing the Salvinia removal, while I was doing the rescaping, while I was actually adding more manzanita wood, adding the plants that go in. You get a capture of it before, during, and after all 3 rounds of stain were added. So I encourage you guys to go check me out on Instagram. It's Warrior Planet Tanks at Instagram. I'm the only one. Thank you guys for watching. This is Steve from Warrior Planet Tanks. You guys have a blessed week next week and a great weekend. I'm out.
That's what they call me. I promise that you never be lonely. Be the fan.